This is the M-Balm effect.
Yo! What's happening? We are very, very sorry for the inconvenience. We had a lot of stuff going on with the connection. We have all our own microphones, so everybody should be hearing everybody clearly. No nonsense, no garbage. So, how's everyone doing today?
I'm doing good.
We are live at Soda's Point tonight.
Live
it
at
is
Soda's Point. Here we
currently
go. It is
Sunday, May
12:33.
26th at 12:33 a.m.
Oh, look at that.
We
Destroying
are
the set.
starting the show a bit late due to some very technical difficulties, but it looks like we have resolved those. Again, to the crowd out there, we are very sorry for
We
the
also just
hour and a
lost the
half
curtain.
delay, but we are now
Fun.
here and now live.
All right, so basically, we're at a cottage on Soda's Point. You're going to hear some talking. There's people here, so there's a lot of things going on. We're just kind of just doing this now. But it is, like he said, Saturday, May 25th. Well, it was. Now it's Sunday, May 26th. So, I don't know. It's been a long night. We've been trying to get this thing up. Sorry if it's low bandwidth tonight. I'm sure it's still...
The internet connection
The
isn't
internet's
as good
kind
as
of
we
Yeah,
want.
so we are over at Soda's Point. The internet here is not as great as we have it back where we usually do our shows.
Yeah, we're
Now,
in Rochester tonight.
now, just so everybody knows, some of that connectivity issues could be because of the flooding that has been at Soda's Point. We've had a lot of recent flooding. Actually, you can't see it right now, but the water level out in front of the studio here is it's flooded.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty
it's up over the docks. I mean,
Yeah, there's a bunch of sandbags actually.
now the National Guard
Covering up.
came in, put those sandbags. We also had the Wayne County Sheriffs and Monroe County Sheriffs bring inmates down, I guess, to sandbag and everything. But
Yeah. So,
yep. So we're
yeah, it's just been a long night, and we're sorry it's late. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably not going to be watching live. That's okay, because if you replay it, you'll still see what's going on.
Absolutely.
But next week, we'll be probably back in Rochester doing our thing.
yes, we definitely will.
So, yeah, it's been quite a night, as you can see.
Yep.
We've been... It's an hour and a half later than we were supposed to start
What
shooting.
we were supposed to
But
start.
on the
yeah.
bright side of things, it is the Memorial Day weekend,
Happy
and I
Memorial
do
Day to everybody.
want to give a shout out. Well, I don't even know if it's a shout out, but thank you to all the soldiers out there
Yes, all
who
the
have
veterans,
died
thank you.
fighting for our country. Your
right.
loss
salute
will
you.
never be forgotten, and this weekend is a total remembrance
It's all
of
about you guys.
how you did not make it home. Remember, Veterans Day is people who served, Memorial Day is people who never made it home,
Correct.
and Armed Forces Day is people who are currently serving. We are celebrating the people who never made it home.
That's right.
God bless them. Let they
God
rest in
bless
peace.
America.
That's right.
God bless America.
So obviously M-Bomb's here, Zoo's here, and Uber Mike is here. We finally figured out everything here, but you know what else was finally happening this week?
What's that?
We
there could
have
be a lot of things going
a
on. this
little
week.
bit of email action.
Oh boy,
All
yes,
right.
I remember
I'm not
that.
even going to try to get it up on my computer because God knows what's going to be
Now,
happening.
before you go into this with the email, is this good mail or hate mail?
No, this is just questions actually.
Questions.
Yeah, so here, let me do the first one here. This is by Vanner96. Hi, I live in Canandaigua and was wondering what they're doing with the building under construction. Hasn't it been there like that for years? I saw them working on it. Now,
Which building?
I'll show you right now. Here's the building I'm talking about. That's the one in Canandaigua. I took a picture of this sometime last week to show somebody that they are starting to work up on it. It's been sitting there for like 5-6 years, just
Could it
chilling
be a
there.
project that wasn't funded properly
That's
and got
right.
put on a hold?
That's right. They there wasn't enough money in the budget.
I can definitely say I feel like some companies do start projects, but they get to a certain point where they realize that, oh, we don't have enough money to continue. So sometimes, if it's been 5 or 6 years, they haven't tore it down.
Right.
So that doesn't really say that they're planning on not doing it. Maybe they're waiting to get, some type of grant or some type of loan or some type of
Right.
money to fund all the services, because you have to pay for the people, the
Yeah.
equipment. I mean, that's a multi-million-dollar.
Oh, it's crazy.
Uh,
and
investment.
And it was an eyesore for all those years. And there's supposed to be a nice hotel, I guess. They're trying to get some tourists in the area. You know how Canandaigua is. Get the nice lakefront there.
Definitely,
All that.
high
You got
tax
those
dollar
mosquitoes
area.
flying
I'm also
around, man.
sure that when buildings are built in certain towns,
What's
you
that?
I think that too. To answer his question,
Yeah.
when buildings are built in certain towns, I'm sure somewhere in the town, like the town board or something,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have information on that if you went there to ask.
Probably. I'm
Because
sure
they
do.
usually have blueprints of the buildings that are usually built in their towns.
That's right.
So in case something happens, they can go and. I'm sure they would have a good understanding of
Well,
it.
you got to also remember, you got local building codes. You have to have plans. I mean, would they store plans and drawings? I don't know, but you would have all the building, permits.
Usually
code
would
and
have
all that
plans somewhere.
checked off for inspectors.
Yeah. So
But anyway,
it's it's getting finalized. I guess they're finally doing something with it. So, the next email is by Max Vance. Hey there. So I have a question for you to talk about. I was wondering what you would do in a situation where your significant other was gay. Should I leave? Thanks. Listen,
okay,
before
so
we
that's an
start,
interesting one.
yeah, this is a very interesting one. Now, there's only 2 emails today, and that's fine. Please email us, the mbalmeffect@gmail.com. Anything. Like, these things are random. Like,
Very.
anything. Send us
Anything.
pictures, stories you've experienced. All
Questions,
that.
So,
questions.
comments.
The
let us know.
question that was just asked was, would you leave your significant other one if you found out that they were gay?
I mean, the bottom line right there. If
Listen.
they're gay, now I'm very, we're all supportive of, the LGBTQ.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
that's
whatever
not
you
an
want.
issue. The
No.
issue is where
It's
you're in a
your
relationship with
happiness.
somebody who's not even attracted to you.
Now, here's the thing. If you are living in a relationship where you are obviously attracted to the same sex and your partner is a heterosexual person,
Right.
you're pretty much just,
Yeah.
I hate to say you're living a lie, but
Listen, do
you
them
gotta
a favor.
do what's right for you.
Listen, do them a favor.
Don't waste your time.
And do yourself a favor. Talk to them.
Absolutely.
And end that relationship.
Communication
because
is
let them go. It's not going anywhere.
And-
It'll never work.
And to go
Okay.
off on that, I actually have an example that I know in real life in my family that I can actually put into this. So on my other side of the family, I have a family member who was married to a woman for several years. They actually had a kid, but I actually found out recently that they got divorced
Okay.
because he came out because he's gay, and from what I got from the situation is he came out and told her how how it was, and they're still friends. They got divorced already. They both live in 2 different states. They're trying to figure everything out with the kids. I kind of feel bad for the kid, but
Right.
because they're not going to be together, but they're not out of each other's life. But of course, that would be something that you would have to figure out, based on a lot of things, how your relationship is, how
Right.
both of you feel about it.
Right.
Of course, in their case, they were mutual about it. Even though he came out like that, they're still talking to each other. They still want to be in each other's life. It's just not in the way that they used to be.
Yeah. I mean, you really can't continue on in this situation.
And unfortunately, when somebody feels like that, I mean, as much as it hurts and sucks, you
got
can't. You can't make somebody else change the way that they feel.
no, you can't.
You
And it's never
can't.
it's never going to work
Nope.
at this point. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just do yourself a favor and do them a favor.
Get out of it.
Separate
Talk.
and
Come to a mutual agreement.
yeah, I mean, you don't have to be rude about it, but just let them know. Look, now here's a situation for you. So they didn't really specify if the person came out to them or if they found out on their own.
Yeah, we didn't get much information. on
No,
the
this is a pretty
situation,
just vague
know.
kind of thing. So here's an example. Say this
We don't
person
know.
didn't even come out, and this person happened to stumble upon something they weren't supposed to see. Maybe it was a text message, or maybe it was just even a full-blown conversation, and they found out their significant other were their
Or maybe they told them. Or,
Right. Somebody
we
made it
don't
right.
know the context.
exactly. Maybe somebody told them, "Hey, look, we found something," and yeah.
You might want to see this.
So what do you do in that situation? Do you bring it up? You have to. I mean, you can't just let it go.
You can't keep. It'll
Can't-
gnaw at you eventually.
Yeah, I know. You can't keep living a lie, man.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing nowadays is that people are afraid to hurt other people's feelings now.
Yeah, I know.
That's the biggest thing in these type of things. And then when it's a relationship, that's an extra step up because, those can really, they can either make or break you.
Yeah.
And depending how that person, this person may not want to tell them that they are because they don't want them to be hurt.
Right.
Because it can hurt somebody.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just like I said, don't be rude about it. Just bring it up and be like, hey, look, we need to talk. But
because the longer it goes on, the longer that keeps dwelling on, the worse it's gonna be.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Yeah, just like I said, do your thing and end it. So yeah, with that being said, let's see. Now, last week we had a call-in number, a text number. That's no longer in service, obviously, as you see the graphic on the screen. It no longer holds a phone number. Not
Sorry,
sure
folks.
exactly what happened.
We don't know what happened with the software.
Don't know,
some
man.
issues. Basically the program we were using just was not working.
Wasn't working. So as of right
We had to
now, we
cut
don't
it.
have a number, but we will get one soon.
We are working on that. We're going to
working
establish one.
Well, for
soon
now,
here.
you have our email on there.
Yes.
Send us your mail.
Please send us the email.
I mean, even from your phone, you can even go into your text messaging and put that email address in there and start typing something, and it will send.
Send a picture, send stories, send questions,
Send a news article.
Yeah, send anything.
Anything that you think is interesting to talk about or you want to hear our opinions on.
Yeah, seriously. Send us the hate mail, too.
Definitely.
Yeah, we
those
love
are
the
always
hate
fun.
mail.
Send some comments. We'd love to hear them.
Makes us laugh.
So, with that being said, the format of the show. I know there's probably people wondering, why is it the M-Balm effect? Why isn't it something else? Why doesn't it include all your names in it? Well, honestly, the format of the show is different than what I had anticipated. It was just supposed to be me. I was supposed to be talking about random shit. But then these guys came along, and they wanted to join in. And I said, well, you know what? Let's do this. It's all good. The problem is by the time I had all that set up, I had already did the logos, I did all the graphics. It was already done, so I just kind of rolled with it. But really, in all honesty, the format and all that, this is our show, and it's your show as well. So this is a platform that we would like to take pride in, not only just for us, but for the whole city of Rochester, the whole local area. And what I also want to bring up, and we kind of delved into this last week with Charlie, is I kind of want to have this as a platform for other people to maybe kind of show their work, their artwork. Maybe you have a business you want to start up or something like that. Maybe we can help each other. Now, I know we're
Let
brand
us
new.
know.
Yeah, just let us know.
All you gotta do
Seriously.
is reach out.
Yeah, reach out, email us, and we'll talk. Seriously, I'd like to have some people have their work on here. Maybe their music, maybe their paintings.
Definitely, artists, new music, paintings,
Playing
anything.
tracks during the breaks, playing
And
music
hey,
during
if
the
you have
breaks.
a special
or-
talent, we want to see it. If
Yeah.
you can do something cool, if you have some cool stuff, let us know. Anything,
Yeah, exactly.
Feel
Oh,
free
yeah.
to send us some comments. We'd love to hear you folks.
Yeah,
We
so-
really would.
Seriously, like I said, email us maybe a clip or something of something you wanted shown. Maybe during the breaks we can start showing some graphics of people's businesses, or maybe they have a name they got going for their music or whatever. Give us, anything.
If you got a music video or a cool video you want to share, hey,
absolutely.
we'll put it up. Let
Yeah,
us
so,
know.
We all love music videos
Send
here.
us a link through our email. I believe we have that up on the site and everything there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all that's there, and just give us an email. Got some artwork. I know a couple people on my Facebook page that do some pretty awesome work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a couple of them that I'd like to have them broadcast on the show. Maybe show some of their work or whatever during the breaks, or even have them call in, or even something. Man, it'd be kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
So we were playing Alexa earlier. We were listening to some music. And as you can hear, she's actually still on.
Yep.
I have one at home too. So there is something in the patent for Alexa that somebody was reading about, or whatever they put in there, something about how it can record you before you even say the word.
Oh yeah.
You know how, okay, so if you go in
Really?
these settings, you can listen to all your Alexa commands.
Saved commands.
They're all in.
I have checked. It does save your commands. You can look on the phone too if you have the Alexa app.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
definitely. So yeah, you can actually listen to everything you've done all the way back from the beginning of time of you having
First plugging
Alexa.
it in, literally.
Yeah. So now they're saying that they can record you before you even say it. So.
Our phones probably record us.
Oh yeah,
in
you
our
gotta
pockets.
think. It's well known already that they're recording everything that we say and everything that we do.
Old algorithms,
they're
old
listening.
computers.
Yep.
Listening for keywords and saving everything you say.
Yeah, so I mean,
You know, I gotta say, one
Specializing
time.
advertisement ads.
Well, speaking of advertisements, one time I was with him, and we were talking about Seresto, whatever they're called, flea collars, and
Oh,
it was
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Because we
We
I
got
needed one
some
for my
ads
cat,
for
and we were
that.
just talking about it. And the funny thing is, I opened my phone maybe 5 minutes after that conversation, went on Facebook, we're scrolling down,
And there it was.
and there it was,
There it
the
was,
exact
the Seresto collar.
same collar that I was just talking about. Mind you, my phone was in my pocket.
That's kind of insane.
And
when
I
you
took
think
it
about
out, went on Facebook, and the first advertisement I saw was that exact same brand, the exact same collar that I actually did end up purchasing, but it showed right up. So, I mean, the phone was obviously listening. Say,
Oh, yeah,
he
it's
wants to buy a
listening.
Seresto free collar. Let's give him an advertisement.
That's right. Yeah.
And boom, comes right up.
I'm telling you, they know what you're talking about. They know things that you look up. I mean, it's all there. And this is what Facebook and all them are doing. Is they're selling your information, and that's how you get all these advertisements that come up on your news feed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not by chance. It's all there on purpose.
Yeah.
Someone's making
So-
money.
Well, of course. That's the whole name of the game is to make money.
Oh,
That's all they
you
care
know it.
about.
that's all they care about.
So with that being said, we're gonna do some news. We're gonna do the lowdown.
We got the news here.
I know the
Alright.
news guys over there, but I have some news articles here that I'd like to get to here. So, let's see here. Just as of late, a former wrestler slash Survivor cast member, Ashley Massaro, she was 39 years old. She died. And they recently come out with the reason behind it, and it's not good. Well, obviously it's not good, but they found her hanging in her home. Yeah.
That's not good.
She killed herself. And I saw a lot of people on the comments saying, oh, it's a drug overdose, blah, blah, blah. She was a druggie, blah, blah, blah. No. She wasn't a drug addict. She just had depression issues. And this is an issue that people need to address.
That's a public health crisis, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's huge.
Well, the way people, I mean, in this modern time, people have started to really treat each other like shit
No, I know.
compared to 40, 50 years ago, even 70 years ago.
Oh, I agree.
And now nobody has morals, nobody has standards. Everybody just disses each other, puts each other down. No one's really there for each other no more.
Yeah,
And
no.
you only find like our friend group, we're all here for each other.
Yeah, I mean,
But you
yeah,
don't
we
find
have-
a lot of people out there who are legitly there for each other.
Right, no, I know.
And people get depressed because they feel like they have nobody.
Well, the worst part of it is this woman had a 19-year-old daughter, and she's greatly affected by it.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I mean,
And
it's just a sad situation all around.
and they call it the silent killer.
Right. Well, that's what happens, man, and it sucks. So let's see here. I know we're in SOTUS, and I would like to talk about this because this is very important. I mean, if you're from SOTUS, you know what happened here. What, 6 months ago?
The murder?
Yeah.
The double murder?
Yep. So with that being said, they had, let's see here, the news article here. The wife of SOTUS murder suspect testifies the murder needed to happen. She said that was her quotes. The wife of a former police chief from Texas, accused of gunning down a SOTUS couple in their driveway last year, testified in Wayne County Court on Tuesday that she and her husband plotted the shooting. This is her quote. We sat down and we planned it, describing how we were going to do it and what would be used, what type of gun, and when, Charlene Childers said in court Tuesday. Childers' husband, Timothy Dean, 34, is accused of fatally shooting Joshua Niles, 28, and Amber Washburn, 24, on October 22nd, 2018, in the driveway of the couple's home on Carlton Street. in
Now,
Seward.
he's a Texas sheriff's
Correct.
deputy, or, the head. So that's just interesting. Law enforcement
is.
is getting involved in
I
that.
know.
What exactly led them to believe that death was the most...
You know what the worst part of it is, though? It's bad in general, but the worst part of it is the kid was
The
in
kid
back
having
seat,
to deal with the trauma. of
seeing it all
that.
go
And
down.
possibly being exposed to possible gunfire. I mean,
Right.
that's sad right
I
there.
know,
And this is supposed to be somebody who's protecting the community.
exactly.
And, I think we need more screening on this type of deals.
Oh yeah, because I mean, how does this guy all of a sudden become a police chief and then all of a sudden go to this?
Kill somebody.
I mean, he knows what's going to
right
happen.
there. Something
knows.
isn't right. Like
No, it's not right at all.
He knows. You're right. He knows the law.
He knows the law.
He knows what could happen. So either something really bad
You
is.
can hear him on that. You can hear him on the
Yeah.
headphones.
Wow. We got a few people
Yeah,
over
there's-
tonight.
there's-
Yeah, that's from upstairs too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of odd though how all that went down in Sodus. They shut down the town while it happened, and all that going on. So yeah, so
I
that
mean,
was-
they were trying. Those people were trying to get away
Yeah.
from
not
obviously
good.
some mentally ill people.
Sorry, we're a little
do
out
that
of it
type.
today. I'm just gonna say it. I'm out of it. It's been
Ah,
a
we're
long night
all
with
out
the
of it.
computer.
It's 1 in the
And-
morning almost. I mean, we're
This
not
is-
probably gonna have a full hour show today.
No, it's
It
probably
will
not
probably
gonna
be a
happen.
shorter show.
We had
But
some
I do promise next
technical
week we will be
difficulties
back
there.
on our game.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of stuff going on, trying with internet connection and all that, and
Microphone's not working, the signal not being the best here. We had a lot of finessing to do with the equipment.
We had to finesse. We didn't want to leave.
Actually,
you guys
I got
empty-handed
everything back
tonight,
up and
though.
running when everyone gave
Mr.
up.
IT guy over here. Not only does he do Uber, he's an IT guy, so he knows what to do here when it comes to stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of patience.
that's right.
Got to be
Now,
patient.
Let me just take a quick break because I have a video I want to show you. It's a very bizarre news story.
Okay.
And,
All right.
we're
We'll be
gonna-
right back.
We're gonna come
We'll be
back
right
with that in
back.
just a moment. All right. So.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's going on?
it's Uber Mike back with Zookeeper and M-Balm. We have a video that we're going to quickly show you that we said right before the break, and then after the video we are going to have a quick talk about it. So stay tuned, and here we go.
Alright, so let's cut to this real quick. I'm going to open this folder up here quick.
Just checking, you knew that there was a security camera there.
I did.
A South Bay pet sitter caught on camera getting romantic in a customer's home after being hired through a popular dog walking app.
So before we keep going, I want to just explain what's happening here. So there's an app out there called Wag, and this lady here wanted her dog to be walked and whatnot in the time that she wasn't home. And while that was happening, this lady here had a 5-star review, so she of course had her come and do this stuff where she's supposed to walk the dog for a certain amount of time, yada yada, blah blah blah. She's not supposed to have anybody in the house or anybody except for herself. And this is exactly what happened.
Provide some tips in this gig economy if you use phone apps for food delivery, personal shopping, massage, or dog walking.
Yeah, amazing. I-Team reporter Dan Noyes is here with one customer's nightmare. So strange. What a story.
Well, Dan and Alma, the company in question, tells me they do thorough background checks on their dog walkers and pet sitters who are independent contractors, but that the reported conduct in this case is unacceptable.
Rosie Brown has 2 rambunctious little dogs, Penny and Daisy. When she headed out of town for a wedding 3 weeks ago, she turned to a popular app to find a pet sitter.
Get a WAG-certified walker to walk your dog at a moment's notice.
Rosie met 26-year-old WAG dog walker and sitter Casey Brengel.
She had 210 5-star reviews. And I'm thinking, okay, this is great.
It's
They
crazy.
agreed on 4.5 days.
I just can't believe this lady. This lady here had no idea what was going to happen.
Nope.
Could you imagine though, like, but you don't understand. You don't understand how this happened. There's a camera in there that throws doggy shots out there, and this woman even knew that camera was there, and she still did the stuff that she did.
House sitting with long walks for
How crazy can people get?
$313. Discuss the doggy cam on the kitchen counter. It also shoots out
All right, let's see what
drinks.
happens.
Rose
All right.
headed to Louisiana, and on the day of her cousin's wedding, received an alert from the camera.
On the preview of the alert, it showed a man in our house, someone that I wasn't expecting. So I opened it up, and that's when I saw that she was there with a man in our house, and they were going straight for our bedroom.
The video shows Casey's boyfriend at the apartment on several occasions, at one point locking the dogs outside the master bedroom, on another going from the master to the
She's got
guest
no pants
bedroom.
on.
After several days of texting, Casey Brengel finally agreed to speak with me on camera.
She believes that you were having sex in both of the bedrooms.
It's okay that she believes that that's not what was going on.
Casey's father and mother also visited, even though the WAG guidelines say its walkers and sitters should not allow any third parties into the home of the pet parent. And several times the camera caught Casey naked on the couch.
Her mother's sitting on the couch. Look at
Why
that.
is she
Wait,
bringing
wait,
the
wait. So these
family
people
the
went into
house?
someone's house and brought their family into that house.
Her mother's
That's
sitting on the
something.
couch.
It sounds like they're
Right
trying to
there.
squat there.
Did you? No, but did you see that though? Listen to it. Listen. Look at the picture right here.
Go back again.
Look. No, just look at the picture right here. The mother's sitting on the left, and she's sitting on the right with no clothes on, absolutely nude.
Something is wrong.
Something
in that
is not
family.
mentally
That
correct.
sounds like drugs right there. That sounds like
How do you
meth
go
right
to
there.
someone's house
What
first of all and
the
do that?
Something's not right.
But
You know-
she's sitting next to her mother.
Just when you
naked.
see things and you think
Like,
that
what the
you've
heck?
seen it all, you always
Either
see
this is
something
a
more.
horrible, horrible publicity stunt, or there is some really messed up stuff going on there.
Who does this?
I don't know,
Brown
apparently
and
this
Keep
is-
it going. I want to see who does this
It
stuff.
got hot, and as I said, I don't like wearing
She
clothes.
says it got hot.
It got
Doesn't
hot.
like
She's
clothes.
just butt naked, sitting on it and laying on it. That was really hard.
Oh my
'cause,
God.
we just spot it. I don't lay down right there, I
Oh,
just,
really?
Yeah.
It's actually affected the way that you use.
Yeah.
So come in and make
Yeah,
yourself
that's
home.
actually-
It's somebody else's home.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it. I don't really touch it.
She can't sit on her favorite spot any longer because she has the image of you being naked on that same spot. Do you understand that?
I do. I do, and I feel terrible about it.
Yeah, pff,
I
she
feel-
doesn't
I
feel.
feel terrible.
Look at her.
Yeah,
She does
right.
not feel
No,
terrible
no.
about
I feel
it
like
at
she's
all.
trying to talk her way out of this
Yeah.
situation. Like, well, I have a reason why I did these things.
Yeah,
blah blah
nah.
blah. Like, no, lady.
Listen,
you screwed
lady,
Up. You
if
went in
You
someone's
got
home.
caught.
Listen,
Bottom
lady.
line is she got caught.
Put it out like this: if you came to my house,
Yeah.
and you made yourself at home
ridiculous.
like that, there's gonna be some problems.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous.
That
This
you
woman
don't-
here, had.
Let me walk in your house and let me sit on your couch butt naked. Let me see how you like that.
Ladies,
All
Uber Mike
unattended.
will come over and walk into your house when you are not home and sit on your couch butt naked if you give him a key and permission. Okay, so
No.
drop us a
I
comment.
won't
if you
actually
want
do
Uber
that because
Mike
that's a
to
little
come
weird. But I'm
to
just
your
saying,
house, but
who does this stuff? Who gets the
does
idea?
that?
I'm gonna download
Who
an
does
app.
that?
I'm gonna tell somebody I'm gonna walk their dog, but when they're gone, instead of walking the dog, I'm gonna invite my family over into their house.
That's a
and take
bad.
over.
That's a
her
bad
boyfriend.
apple. What is the father and the mother doing though?
But the worst part of it is her mother's sitting on the couch on one side and she's sitting
And
there
she's
on the other
butt
side.
And they're
naked.
acting like there's nothing. They're
What's
literally
going on?
like they
Big
live there.
occurrence.
It's like they live there.
Speaking of which, it just had this come to mind. So back in 2011, there was a time where I was talking to this girl, because at that point in time I was in a relationship, but we broke it off for like about a month and a half or two, and so I was talking to this girl, and I dropped her off at midnight. We were talking, we're in the kitchen, and her father comes down, in nothing but his underwear, his whitey tighties, and now. In my idea of things, she should have been like freaking out, like, Dad, what are you doing down here and all that, but she didn't. She acted like it was completely normal, like it was nothing like out of the ordinary. And so I said, all right, you know what? Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. And that was it.
I guess he got what he wanted. He got you to leave.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation, man. I couldn't tell you.
I've been in a lot of situations, but that one just stood out to me because I just thought about how her mother was sitting there and she's there, and it's like they didn't make anything of it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I did have a similar situation with somebody and their father, and he was just out there like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's strange.
Embarrassing and
The
strange.
things that people do.
And I wonder, is there something going on there? Like,
Listen, people do all types of weird things every single day. When you think you've seen it all, you see something new, and you're like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
That's what was
What's
going
going
on
on?
in my head. I was like, what the hell is this nonsense?
Yeah,
And I'm
literally.
just-
That's a little strange. That's like time. It's time to get out after that.
Like I said, it was only about a couple weeks in, and needless to say, my girlfriend at the time, her and I got back together, and that whole thing just went away. But yeah, it was a weird situation.
Now, was she your girlfriend or?
No, we were just talking, and it was just kind of
You
one of
never
those-
dated her, right?
No, technically, no, we never dated.
Okay.
But
You came across a
at that point, I was
situation
just like,
where you were
probably
like,
not gonna work
yeah.
anyways. You know what? This is a little weird. And the guy, her father looked like what's that guy's name? Step Brothers, Will Ferrell. The other guy's stepbrother, what's his name?
Seth Rogen?
No, not Seth Rogen. What's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. I can't. Something Riley, maybe? Something. Is it John Riley? I don't know. But anyway, he looked just like that guy.
That's strange.
It was strange.
That's really strange.
But it was more strange when he came downstairs in his whitey tighties. Yeah, just weird, man. We're gonna have to cut it short. I know it's late.
It is 1:07.
It's been a long night with trying to figure this out, and I'm sure the connection issues are still happening as we speak. So,
We are probably going to cut it here, everybody.
Yeah,
it is pretty late.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those nights. But we are going to get back on track. Please email us.
Send us the comments.
Send us the hate.
Send us the hate mail, the comments, the funny pictures, the funny stories, the funny questions.
Anything. Literally
serious, too,
anything
though,
that is not illegal.
Well, obviously.
Obviously.
But we're not-
Send us.
So, again, I want to apologize on behalf of all of us here. We're very sorry. This whole thing just wasn't supposed to happen today. We went down. So, everybody have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Have a good
great-
Memorial Day weekend.
great
Stay
Memorial.
safe. Don't drink and drive.
That's right.
Nope.
And stay alive.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Have a great weekend. This is the M-Balm Effect. Bye.
Stay tuned.